Yo, this is Mac from the Everyday Nobody's podcast. I know you see the title, so let's get straight to it. Deante Kyle just fried Channing Crowder. My only question about the whole situation is, was it even warranted? We've spoken on Deante Kyle before on this channel, and we know his messaging is always going to be pro-black, fight the power. You know what I mean? Which is a beautiful thing. Channing Crowder from the Pivot podcast, his idea, he's supposed to be the comedic relief. Like, you have Ryan Clark, he's always going to be serious. He's always going to, be pro-black. So you need something to kind of cut the tension a little bit, and that's what Channing Crowder's position is. So how did we get here? Channing Crowder, he went viral a couple times for saying that Russell Wilson is a lame, and that Sierra chose a lame over Future. And basically, Russell Wilson wouldn't get no love in the churches.
And he said, Channing Crowder. He should have.
I saw it. I did, and I saw answer. And then she want to go back to, but he's a loving person and a great husband. I didn't say he's not a great husband. It's amazing what he's doing with Lil Future. Like, the dude is a good human. He is lame still. I don't know if anybody doesn't understand. They're not running me off of this point. She even said it. So who's saying? Because that's their opinion. Yeah, she wasn't going to date Russ back in 2000. Time came forward. She evolved to dating the lame dude. He is a good person, a good human being, but the dude is lame. Y'all know what lame is. He got that moose in his hair. Honestly, bro, y'all looking around because y'all even know I'm right.
Deante Kyle had a serious issue with that.
Let's talk about a failure of a light-skinned man.
Oh.
Channing Crowder.
Yeah.
Now, Channing Crowder says that Russell Wilson is a lame, will always be a lame, got that lame shit running through his body. Channing Crowder sat across from Mike Tyson and couldn't keep his eyes off his dick. The trenches will never respect Russell Wilson. How would you trade in Future for Russell Wilson? I know them guys in Atlanta, them boys in Atlanta never f Russell Wilson. I'm going to tell you something that the trenches don't f with. Homosexuality.
Sweet face killer.
Exhibit motherfucker. Now, you spend the whole interview asking Mike Tyson about his Johnson.
Terrible.
Can't take your eyes off of it. Wanted a little bit of it.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
That clip kept playing over in his head. Fuck you till you love me, you motherfucker. Fuck you till you love me, bitch.
I'll fuck you, you love me.
Channing Crowder over there getting excited.
Look at his chops.
Channing Crowder really getting cat pose.
Cat pose is crazy.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Freak that out. Fuck. Hey, Channing Crowder is an athlete. Give a fuck what you think about the trenches. Give a fuck about what you think cool and not cool. Let's keep it a bean. They ain't know you until the Pivot podcast. Ain't nobody never in the history of any thing before the Pivot podcast ever typed in on YouTube Channing Crowder highlights.
So to start the segment, Deante Kyle brought up some of Channing Crowder's most questionable moments on the podcast. Deante's trying to figure out how is Channing Crowder talking about what's cool in the trenches when he has conversations like this on his podcast.
And you wear them little tight pants to show your dick off to us? Or?
It's time to go. No. It's time to go.
Now, when he initially said this, I was a little confused. I didn't know what was going on. But now, after doing some research, I get it. I've always known that, Channing Crowder, he's a wild boy. I don't watch a whole lot of Pivot, but when I see something go viral, it's probably because he's either said something or it's Ryan Clark going in on somebody for disrespecting black women. That's usually how it goes. But to make Mike Tyson feel uncomfortable is crazy. Like, that was wild. Then Deante gets into the infantile mindset that's perpetuated to our community.
This is how the trenches keep black men infantilized. You know who else is homophobic? Children. You know who else care about body counts? Children. You know who wake up every day worried about what they gonna wear to school? Children. You know who spend all their day trying to prove that they tough and they hard?
Children,
nigga. Keeping you niggas fantilized with this idea of what the trenches will and will not accept. Hold on. You telling me? You telling me this nigga would have been in the I'm So Hood video?
God damn, son.
You telling me this is the cool guy? This what the trenches gonna with? Freaky ass. You get all that.
Bro's preaching. I'm not gonna lie. He's speaking facts. Now let's have the conversation. I love this from Deante Kyle. I love this in general. As a man who has a family and pays taxes, like, this is the messaging that I love to hear. I think the tides are starting to turn, and I'm here for it. All the stuff that we thought was cool from our childhood, whether we picked it up from music, movies, Grand Theft Auto, whatever you want to blame it on, I love that it's starting to get exposed and we're starting to see that it's all BS. I love that now we get to see that all those tough so-called gangsters, they ended up getting locked up, and then you find out they snitched or they was in the police room giving up all the information. I love it. I love that we have podcasts that actually tell the gruesome stories of how messed up prison actually is, so it doesn't seem cool anymore. All that's going to happen is your family's going to leave you, your kids ain't going to know you, your parents are going to die, you ain't going to get to bury you, and you might end up with a boyfriend unwillingly. Like, I really just love the messaging. We need our youth to understand that, okay, the trenches is one thing, but trying to be cool in the trenches is just going to land your little ass in jail. That's the only thing that's going to happen. Everybody ain't going to make it to the league, and everybody ain't going to be no rapper. We need our youth to understand that, look, you ain't got to be invested in hip hop in the trenches. Like, black men come in many forms. There's professional black men. There's your Russell Wilsons and your Carlton Banks, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you can love anime and K-pop. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to focus so much on being tough and being in the trenches because it's stupid. Why do you think Steven Jackson gets so much flack? Because he's like a 40-plus-year-old man who thinks it's cool to go to Chicago and hang with a bunch of 15-year-old gang members and say, yeah, I was tapping in because that's what you're supposed to do. You shouldn't be teaching people to do that, because what is the point of that? You want a badge of honor for being able to hang out in a dangerous neighborhood? You were a millionaire, are a millionaire. You had the privilege of being a good basketball player, like 6'6". Like, why do you want to prove to everybody that you're tough? It's stupid.
Yeah, a lot of y'all niggas the whole block pulling up, taking pictures. Where we at?
Tell them how they coming.
We're in the middle of it. Y'all pull up and take pictures and y'all not allowed to.
They sneak.
And one thing about it, if you're a real one, you don't mind checking in.
So I can't say it enough. I love the messaging from Deante Kyle. I think my only issue with this is how much credit he's giving Channing Crowder.
We all need a wild card.
Yeah.
We all need a Charlemagne the God.
Yeah.
Charlemagne the God gonna toe to toe with Dame Dash.
Hey.
We'll get back to that in a second.
Right.
Channing Crowder. The only person on that show, I mean, they got two niggas on the show with integrity, so they gotta have a goofball.
Mm-hmm.
Because Fred Taylor is a real nigga.
Yeah, he gonna keep it real.
He gonna keep it real. He kept it real.
Yeah.
Ryan Clark, stand-up guy.
Mm-hmm.
Channing Crowder, everybody, we need some levity. We need a clown on this show. So I asked Mike Tyson about his dick, but then tell us Russell Wilson is a lame.
So after watching this clip, I realized it's like, you understand what Channing Crowder's purpose is. You understand that every podcast could use a little comedic relief to kind of cut the tension and to make things a little more palatable. So I don't get what your angle is with Channing Crowder is. Now, it would be one thing if it was somebody who's always serious and then they start saying outlandish stuff, or if it's somebody who is looked up to as some mythical figure and they're preaching bad stuff. But Channing Crowder has never been the guy to be the positive guy or the pro-black guy or the serious guy. His job is literally to be a clown. So let him be a clown. This whole thought process pisses me off because I don't like that we put so much stock in celebrities anyway. Like, stop worshiping these celebrities. And we also got to understand that just because somebody has a camera and a mic, that don't make them Malcolm X. That don't make them Martin Luther King. That don't mean that they should have the same cause that you should have. Some people are here just for entertainment. That's why they're entertainers. I don't get mad when I see somebody puts out a comedy movie that could be, racist or however it seemed, because the intent is to be funny. So why would I get mad at Channing Crowder when his intent is to be funny? I've never been mad at Kevin Hart, even with his trash movies. Like I said, I've never looked at Channing Crowder to be anything but what he is. Ryan Clark is here to be the serious person, so let Channing Crowder do what he's supposed to do. I reference this a lot. I always go back to, I can't find it nowhere on the internet, but there's an interview, like I think it was on Fader, outside of a concert or a festival or something. There was interviewing Young Thug, and they asked him, I want to say it was either about George Floyd or Trayvon Martin. It was something like that. They asked him, how does he feel about it? And he was young, a little shy. He was like, I don't know. I don't even get into all the laws and the critics. And people killed him for that because he didn't have anything to say about the social justice movement. But my question is, why is he being questioned about it anyway? This is a guy whose name is Young Thug. He raps about doing hood rat shit with his friends, sliding on people, selling drugs. Why did you expect him to be the person to articulate our struggle? And why are you mad at him if he says he doesn't know? Sometimes we got to think about the things that we're asking. You're putting so much on somebody, especially someone like Young Thug, because we know where he came from. You're putting so much pressure on somebody to be the voice of your people, and he just got out the trenches himself. A lot of people had a problem. It was like, well, he should have been more well-spoken, or he should have answered better. It's like he answered the best he could, and I feel like that should go for all people. If a person has not dedicated their history to being a social justice warrior or being the ambassador for his community, then stop asking them these questions. I think it's almost like interviewers are looking for a reason to get somebody canceled because it's clear they don't know anything. Like, why am I asking Young Thug what he feels about social justice? I can even argue that everything that they rap about is the antithesis of black power empowerment. So why do we care what they think about it? I could even understand if you was talking to like a J. Cole or a Kendrick Lamar who are a little more tapped into what's going on in the community and seem to have a veil of, black empowerment and all this stuff. If that's the person you want to ask about social justice issues, I have no problem with that because that's how they're presenting. But when you ask somebody who clearly nothing about their brand says they give a f about black empowerment, now it's like you're setting it up for a moment. It's almost clickbaitish. And that's how I feel about Channing Crowder. Let him be who he is and stop expecting stuff from celebrities in general. Most of these people are so stunning in their growth because they're trying to get to where they're going and they see that there's a direct pathway to do that. So why do we expect them to also be a savant on black history? That's my only thing. Salute to Deante Kyle though. I love what he does. I'll never speak bad on him, but I do have to say, was it warranted? Tell me what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. I'm out. Help me get that 1,000 subs. And hey, hype me up. I'm out. Peace.